Warning: Tsukihime is an adult visual novel with themes and depictions of sex, sexual violence, rape, gore, and abuse. Warnings will be placed before any of these pop up in the video, just be advised that these themes are in the story. Hello, and welcome back to Tsukihime. Last time, Actually, I'm gonna let Live Arkma explain this instead.
Actually, what happened last time? These are all questions I should have checked, and I'm pretty sure I did check. Oh, right, we fucked.
Yeah, so last chapter also saw us learning that the impulse taking over Shiki's mind was Roa, and Shiki and Ciel are trying to rid themselves of him once and for all. Ciel has just left Shiki at her house while she visits a church to see if they can help the duo. We now begin chapter 12, Endless Stone. The room feels empty without Ciel here. It's past 7 in the morning. My body still feels tired after everything that happened last night. Monday. Normally, it would be time for me to go to school, but Ciel firmly told me not to leave this room. It's better if I don't go anywhere until Ciel returns. Having to tell Akiha I won't be coming back for a while. And to Kahaku-san. It can't be forgiven, but the fact is I have to apologize to her. It's painful to leave those two things aside, but right now I think dealing with Roa takes priority. I pull the sheets over my head. Resisting the tightness I feel in my chest, I fall asleep once more. Another memory invades Shiki's dream space. Another conversation between two individuals, with one asking a question to Roa. Has his goal changed? Roa says no, the goal for eternity is still there, but he himself has changed. What was an undefined desire for eternity has been warped by a woman, who has made his desire, quote, impure, unquote. He now desires an immortality that won't degrade his mind, as just becoming a vampire only means holding off the degradation of the self. Reincarnation is the one way he can try and reach this woman while preserving himself. However, he laments the desire to stay as his current self in perpetuity like other vampires. This has resulted in a hate for that woman who he seeks to reach. This hatred must have enough passion behind it, as Shiki wakes up from his slumber with the words "that woman" bouncing in his mind, all while a headache strikes harder than he's ever experienced. Stop. If this keeps up, it'll split apart. My head will shatter apart. God. My body convulses. It hurts. Won't it ever stop? Yeah. It hurts so much that I smash my head against the table. A shattering sound. The glass table breaks into pieces. Blood flows from my forehead. But it doesn't hurt one bit. More than that, the headache that comes for no reason is far more unbearable. I can't even pass out. How many seconds? How many minutes? How many hours will this pain last? Help! It hurts. Trying to do something about it, I stab my hand with my knife. It's no good. It doesn't hurt at all. Oh. I just assumed it would be a different kind of pain, but that's not good. Ciel-senpai has not come back yet. I look at the clock and it isn't even noon. It hasn't even been an hour since I woke up. There is another 20 hours until tomorrow morning. Just knowing that almost makes me go insane. Shiki's lost track of time completely, while his pain continues to worsen. He starts getting a desire to leave the room, in some unknown hope that the headache will leave if he does so. However, he desperately fights it, as Ciel told him not to leave. I'm saying I can't. My legs head towards the door, for no reason. I really wanted to see the golden moon. The lines won't disappear. The wavering in my vision worsens. The night city is shrouded in a white fog, as if it was a city that died thousands of years ago. There is no sign of anyone else. A cocoon that's like a spider's web is everywhere on every building. It's terribly quiet, like a dead city at the bottom of a vast ocean. In that illusion, I still walk. Overhead, the large golden moon shines radiantly. Is it the mercy of the moon? My headache has disappeared and my head is in a daze. Under the moon. As if under a spell, I continue walking. You mean under the night? Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. Night hangs over the park. In the middle of my hazy vision, there's one figure that looks clear. For some reason, it seems like the other me wanted this. The moonlight is strong. Under the light as bright as the sun, there, Arkwood stands dressed in white. It's been a while. Isn't it a wonderful moon tonight, Shiki? Arkwood, didn't you go back? No, I haven't fulfilled my objective yet. I can't go back before then, can I? Effortlessly. Arkwood looks at me with those crimson eyes. My breathing stops in my throat. An unnatural pressure, nothing like when I confronted Senpai. This is the pressure that I feel being confronted as her enemy. I can't breathe. My throat doesn't move. If I do such extraneous movement, she would tear it out at the moment. Stupid Shiki, this wouldn't have happened if you didn't side with that woman. Arkwood shows just a brief moment of pity. Then her eyes light up with a pure delight like a happy child. So how is it, Shiki? How does it feel to have Roa inside you? The white vampire princess speaks with indescribable enmity in her voice. Feeling the danger that sends chills up my spine, I clearly realize the situation. Standing before me is Arkwood, who is trying to kill me. Our distance is about 7 meters. Damn it. With an opponent like this, you can't even feel safe with 100 meters, but she is only 7 meters away. What kind of nonsense are you saying? I confirm that the knife is in my pocket and play dumb. It's useless, you know. In the first place, Roa was made into a dead apostle by me. It's very easy for me to tell where the person who stole my power is. I see. Come to think of it, Ciel said it before. That Roa became a vampire because he had his blood sucked by Arkwood. I don't know why. There have been 17 reincarnations before this, but this is the first time this has happened. She doesn't even move a bit. There's no reason for her to come closer, because this is well within her range. Crimson eyes, being stared at by them. My headache returns again. Throb, throb. Inside my head, the vampire called Roa is wanting to emerge. Certainly, I can sense Roa. Back then, Roa must have transmitted himself to you. I really don't understand why, though. It hurts. Every time Arkwood says his name, the memories of this guy rage in my brain. Throb, throb, throb. Where was it? Deep in the mountains, an old castle. The figure of a solitary girl bound there. Only that is burned into this man's soul, which has already become only a memory. I don't understand. Even though she was a true ancestor, she was not even told the meaning of her own existence, and was only used as a tool to hunt the fallen true ancestors. Why did I do that? She herself does not receive any wounds whatsoever. The girl painted only in the crimson blood of her enemies. Not knowing words, the woman was just looking up at the moon, as if she was some sort of an idiot. Overhead, the huge golden moon. In that withering courtyard, only her figure was distinct. He felt her figure was beautiful. For the first time since he was born, definitely, the only time in his life. Michael Roa Valdamjong fell in love with that white woman. Valdamjong? I hope I said that right. This is the first time. Not an impulse, but truly Roa's heart. The only remaining emotion. Roa's personality had long died, but it continues to exist without disappearing. That eternal memory. I see. That's why he hated Arkwood so much. The woman who stole his purity. Just an instant. He only saw her for an instant, but his heart was stolen. That hated true ancestor that caused his purity to fall. That existence. He hated everything about that white vampire princess. What a mistake. What a mistake it was. Roa hated her so much that he reincarnated so many times, and always waited for Arkwood to come pursue him each time. For that, he did anything. He deceived Arkwood, fooling her when she didn't even know when she was a vampire, and let her suck his blood. Becoming a dead apostle of Arkwood, he used her power to destroy the remaining true ancestors, and waited for her. Why did he not understand? The hate that caused him to reincarnate and wait for Arkwood. That isn't hatred. The man called Roa was so pure, he didn't even understand his own emotions. To think about someone else so much, it makes you go almost crazy. That feeling is very similar to hatred. But merely a single word. If this man called Roa could have been told his feelings was love, he wouldn't have made this mistake. For just an instant, no, for a long time, I saw the dream of the instigator of it all, the man who reincarnated to stay in the present. You're pretty composed. You're in front of me and not even running away. Or did you already give up, Shiki? Give up? What am I going to give up about? I won't lose to Roa. Tomorrow for sure, Ciel will return. So until then, I can't let myself be killed by Arkwood. I didn't think you could still bluff around. I really thought over half of you was taken over by Roa already. I see. That's how it is. Her voice sounds happy. I don't know what's so enjoyable, but it seems she still does have those kinds of human emotion. Or feelings. Then, if I can do something, maybe there will be a chance to run away. Shiki attempts to persuade Arkwood to let him handle Roa, but she rejects it. She knows he's seeking the church's help, and she refuses to, quote, let them seal away Roa, unquote, as she wants the power he stole from her. She does reveal that Roa in Shiki's body is quite weak, only able to live as the darker part of himself. This catches Shiki off guard, but Arkwood continues by saying that she doesn't have to kill him because of that. She says she can just take the power Roa stole, but this deathless solution gives Shiki pause. If the solution is that easy, why does she still look so serious? A request then leaves Arkwood's lips. I'm telling you to become my servant. What? She doesn't seem like she's joking. When Arkwood and Senpai were fighting, she said it was just a joke. What? That wasn't a joke? No. I like you. So isn't it natural for me to want you to be by my side rather than to kill you? Snap. With that line, my headache pounds more than it ever has before. Roa. The guy inside my head rages against her words. I don't know if it comes from delight or from deep jealousy. If you are willing to become my servant, I will stop Roa from consuming you. I don't think you even need to think about it, seeing how Roa will consume you like this. You say it so simply, but how do you intend to stop this Roa inside me? Huh? The only one who can stop Roa is you, Shiki. But that method would mean your death. My method is simply strengthening you. As long as your will is stronger than Roa's, then it doesn't matter how much he rages in you, right? Something bursts in my head again. Roa keeps raging. Don't let her fool you, he rages. This woman wants to make you her puppet. I take a deep breath. I won't believe Roa's words. But even I can understand. The Arkwood now is slightly different from the one I knew. Certainly what she says might possibly stop Roa, but a heart strong enough to resist these headaches means a heart that is so strong that it won't feel anything. I take off my glasses. I take the knife out of my pocket. I take the blade out and hold it at eye level. Shiki, I refuse. Sorry, but I won't be yours to possess. Because Ciel is going to come back. I see. Then, I guess it'll just have to be by force. A hard footstep cracks through the air. You killed me once, so I always thought I should pay you back. Her white figure rushes forth with a gust of wind. In that instant, the fight begins. Clang! Her claws meet my knife. Under the golden moon, even if she is my enemy, her figure is still beautiful. Clang! We repel each other again. To be honest, I can't even see her movements. Clang! We repel each other once more. Arkwood isn't serious at all, but still, it should be easy for her to rip off my arms and legs. Clang! We repel each other again. My body moves without thinking. My arms and legs, this body, with just the intention of not dying, fends off Arkwood's claws by itself. My lips curl in irony. I don't want to admit it, but it seems my body has become beyond that of a human's. In the dead of night, it seems Tono Shiki has become like Shiki, all caps. Probably be able to easily jump off the third floor of a building and be just fine. Clang. But this is it. From the very start, I knew I couldn't win against Arquid. First of all, I can't see any lines on her. I have no way of hurting her. Arquid said it once, that during nighttime, there is nothing which can cause her death. Clang. She hits my knife. With just a swing of her arm, I fly through the air. Gah! I manage to land on the ground and ready my knife. No matter how much I look, I can't see any lines on her. Damn it. What nonsense you are... Yes, I am so right. In the deep night, without the mercy of the sun, facing the princess of the moon is too reckless. While Shiki attempts to catch his breath under Arquid's pressure, Arquid takes a second to talk some more. She's disappointed that despite his strength, Shiki hasn't already killed Roa. She doesn't mean that he should have just offed himself, rather, he should use his eyes. Since it doesn't just kill a person, but a person's entire existence, it could be possible to eradicate Roa's soul inside of him without bringing harm to Shiki himself. The only real issue is which of the two souls is stronger, and which will then be destroyed. Arquid thinks that Roa and Shiki are at about even strength, and that it could end up with both of their souls dying. Shiki attempts to have her slow down so he can process this, but she isn't going to give it to him. Hey, wait. What are you... No, I won't wait. Gah! I hear a sound from behind my head. Her body pushes up against my shoulders. I'm down. In an instant, without me knowing what's going on, Arquid has me pinned down. Arquid glares at me without speaking. Her body weight against my shoulders. She stops as if hesitating over what to do with me. I gasp. But it might have been just her silence. This close. Now that we are so close, I might be able to see it. I stare at her body. The core of my brain screams in protest. Completely unlike the pain of my headache before, as if it really were tearing itself apart. But it's no good. I can't read the death from an existence like Arquid. Daytime might be different, but at night she is close to being a perfect life form that doesn't even carry the concept of death. What do you intend to do with Roa, Arquid? You said you wouldn't kill me, but as long as I live, Roa will still be alive. I don't care about a diluted Roa. Yes, that's why I could have let you go, Shiki. Oh, you don't have to hold back. Go ahead and let me go. Don't worry about me and go home. Back to your daddy. But you know, isn't it natural for me to take back my own power? And more than anything else, I do like you. Squeeze. The body weight on my shoulders becomes even heavier. More than killing you and destroying Roa, I want to take you in. So I won't kill you, her red eyes seem to say. I can't believe it, but it seems I really like you. That's why I'll save you. I won't suck your blood, and I won't do anything you won't like. So please listen to what I tell you, her red eyes say. Those eyes, those are, without a doubt, her true feelings. Two options. We can either obey Arquid's request, or attempt to decline despite our position. Though it seems out of our control, I decide to reject her demand. But I can't listen. She might not be on guard right now as the perfection is fading from her body. Shiki, or do you hate me? Her eyes look straight at me. I look at her face while being pinned down. Sincerely. So strong it might burn my brain. I don't hate you, Arquid. Really? She sounds very happy. My forehead is burning. As my brain throbs horribly, I definitely see just one line of death. But I have to refuse. The one I love is Ciel, and not you, Arquid. Her eyes brim over with anger. But before then, I slice through the line on her neck. Oh my god. Ah! Fresh blood spilling from her neck, Arquid collapses. Slipping out from underneath her, I get away. Ah! I'm out of breath. I'm not hurt, but I can't run in this state. It's Arquid. She should be able to heal such a wound and will come back to attack me again. Arquid? She doesn't even move. Blood flowing over the ground, her white body is covered in vermilion. No way. Did I kill her? Arquid, Stopping my legs that tried to flee, I tried to rush towards her body, but gasp. One of her arms on her collapsed figure, like a spider's leg, stands up on the ground. In that instant, the whole world freezes over. I will. From her neck spills her blood and her breath. Her arm tenses. Kill you. The vermilion blood continues to flow. Her body lifts slowly from the ground. I will. Heavy, rapid breathing turns into laughter. Her white body stained in blood. She raises her face. I can see her eyes gleaming between her golden hair. Her eyes are pitch black, and in them glows a fierce, fiery red. I will kill you. Arquid. Her eyes are looking at nothing. She tries to lift herself up with one hand, but every time she collapses back down to the ground. She slips on her own pool of blood, and each time her body gets redder. Over and over. She tries to stand up, slips, and falls. It seems as if she's enjoying that cycle of failure. Just wait. I can't move. Her voice, her figure, her will flows compulsorily into my head. My will is flowing, fusing, and merging. The whole world spins around me. In the middle of it all, her image dominates. That's right. I have never felt such shame before. I have never been so disgraced. That's why it's funny. I can't even imagine how much pleasure I'll get when I take this anger out on you, Shiki. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Slowly, completely, gently, beyond comparison. Cruelly to the point of numbness, I'll violate your life. That's right. The instant I tear off your limbs, rip open your chest and pull out your intestines, biting into your neck as you ask for mercy, chewing through your eyes and spreading your brain on the ground like butter. Just wait, I'll kill you soon. Smiling, laughing insanely, Arquid wallows in a sea of her own blood. I'm gonna be honest, if I see any imagery based on what it was just written out, I'm fucking scared. I can't move. This isn't good. Even Roa can't move. If I stay here, I will really be killed. I have to escape. It doesn't matter where. If I don't get away from here quickly, I will get killed. But my legs won't move. Maybe they know that no matter where I run, she'll kill me. Tono-kun, what are you doing? This way! That voice frees me from my fear's grip. Senpai? Just hurry up. Before she recovers. Hurry! Ignoring my bewilderment, she grabs my arm and starts to run. As they dash away from the park, Shiki expresses surprise at Ciel's sudden appearance. Ciel, on the other hand, is rather angry at him and questions why he was outside with Arquid. He fails to properly explain, and Ciel responds by saying they can talk about it later. Ciel brings Shiki to the school, explaining that no one will be there this late and they can avoid any casualties. She asks him to head into the school building while she holds off Arquid from outside, but Shiki refuses. He desperately tries to say that if they can calm Arquid down, they can reason with her. Ciel rejects Shiki's statement, noting that no matter what, Arquid is after Roa. Ciel adds that the wound Shiki gave Arquid was grave enough that she won't return to herself until he's dead. She'll be done healing soon, I imagine. She mutters and grabs my arm. We might have a bit of a chance inside the school building. In any case, to protect you, I have to settle it with her once and for all. Ciel? When she is active, her subordinate Roa also gets active. To suppress Roa, we must let her sleep or fend her off. So defeating her is killing two birds with one stone. Let's go, she says as she pulls me into the school building. Aw, shit. Ciel tells Shiki to go to the second floor while she faces Arcuid alone. Shiki attempts to say no, but Ciel is determined to protect him. She says her body will be able to withstand Arcuid's attacks while Shiki's body cannot. She personally wants him to live through this since he promised to make her happy, and dying here would break that promise. Lastly, she uses her position as an executor for the church as a way to show confidence in her vampire fighting abilities, though her confident posture is betrayed by the shaking of her fingertips. Shiki recognizes that Arcuid's power is on another level, and Ciel, because of her past exploits, must also know this, and that must be why she's scared. He again tries to stop her from fighting alone. No, senpai. Even still, I don't want to leave Ciel by herself and run away. Before I can voice that thought, though, she presses a finger to my lips and stops me. Tono-kun, you shouldn't say that. Please, listen to my selfishness. For once, I want to protect you out of my own will. If I don't do that, I'll never be able to face you with a smile from my heart. She says that with tears brimming in her eyes. Tono-kun, I came back this early because it was no good. There isn't a way to help you at the church. The only thing there were ways to try to use Roa to their advantage, and there wasn't anything that could help you as his host. I see. Oh well, it can't be helped. It's not something for you to cry about, Ciel-senpai. No! If only I was better, I could have found something more, but I couldn't. That's why the only thing I could do now is to slow Roa's advance. It hurts. Even though I know the pain you're going through, I'm only selfishly thinking that I want you to be by my side as long as possible. I don't want to see her cry. I embrace her so I won't be able to see it. Tono-kun. It's okay. I want to be with you as much as I can, too. No matter how much it hurts, I'll fight Roa until the very end. You weren't being selfish. I'm the one being selfish. But that... Don't get me wrong. I don't intend to lose to Roa. Before Arcuid said something weird. So, maybe, there just might be a way left. Ciel, I won't lose. But my chances of stopping Arcuid are slim. That's why I leave it to you. You're unbeatable against vampires, right? Yes. Thank you very much. Ciel's arms around my back tightens. As we hold each other, I try to put my lips onto hers. Then, Ciel hops back like a rabbit. We can't kiss. If you do such a thing, I'll be too happy and wouldn't be able to concentrate. So let's just keep it as a hug for now. Yeah. Then I'll go away, but if you get in trouble, just call out for me. I'll come right away. Ciel nods silently. I put my trust in her and turn around. Please wait. Did you forget something? Yes. Tomorrow, let's go play. The three of us with Inui-kun. We will make up for that one time. She says so with a fleeting smile. I'm glad. I'm glad that our promise meant so much to her. Yeah, then it's a promise. I stick out my hand. Yes, please keep it this time. Ciel's hands touch mine. After a vigorous shake, she pulls back. Now please stay away. Her recovery seems to have completed just now. Yeah. Nodding, I turn my back to Ciel this time. It's quiet. I walk up to the second floor while holding my knife and take a deep breath. I believe in Ciel. If she says she'll protect me, she'll definitely do so. Idiot. But I feel the same way too. Just like she told me that she'll protect me, I want to protect her too. That's why I'm going to go back there right away. Even Arcuid should have an opening when she's fighting Ciel. In that instant, I'll give everything I have. I'll deal with you later. Okay, Aroa? I speak to myself as I look up at the moon. After I fend off Arcuid, I have to walk a tightrope with a very low chance of succeeding. There's no guarantee I'll survive. And in the first place, I don't even know if this method will work. But there's nothing else to do. If you have that power. Someone once told me before that there is a meaning behind having such a power. And a time will come when I will need that power. Yeah, that's right. This is probably my duty, Sensei. I'm prepared. Now I just have to figure out how to get to Arcuid. Huh? The building shakes. A large crash. An impact like a dump truck slamming into the building at full speed. No way. The building is still shaking. It hasn't even been a minute since Ciel and Arcuid said Arcuid was done healing. From the park to here is such a distance. She came in just that amount of time? That's different. That severity is entirely different from the Arkwood I know. Senpai! Who cares about taking her opening right now? Without thinking, I run it with all my might. It's a nightmare. Downstairs, the situation is dire. The entire hallway feels oppressive, as if Arkwood's will has transformed the hall into the belly of a beast. Arkwood has Ciel pinned by her neck against a wall, and Ciel is extremely low on strength. Shiki sees Arkwood reach to pull out Ciel's heart, and the idea of the pain while still living has Shiki yell to grab Arkwood's attention. Though she words acknowledgement at Shiki, that doesn't distract her from handling Ciel first. She proceeds to use her 2 claws to kill her in different ways with each other, while noting Ciel's immortality is tied directly to Roa. If I take Roa, you have to continue living until I die. In order for you to die, you'll have to kill Roa with the holy sword of reincarnation criticism prepared by the church. So, what? Ciel painfully responds, half-conscious. The holy sword of reincarnation criticism. That sure is a word. Is that alright with you? Roa's death means your death. If you destroy Roa, your body would return to a normal, boring human body. That's what I wish for. I see. How pitiful. Your wish won't be granted. I'm going to take Roa back this time for sure. By slicing apart that lump of flesh over there hundreds of times. Arkwood then does what Shiki tried to stop. Seeing this, Shiki's head starts to snap. Images from Roa attempt to fill his mind, but he tells Roa to shut up and bangs his head into the wall to assert control. Look, this isn't the time to pay attention to him. I can't let her lay even one more finger on Ciel. Look, give your brain a strain that could burst your blood vessels and look. Look at the death that would kill that vampire. Why? I almost go crazy. The death of animals, the death of plants. I can even see the death of the air before me. But Arkwood has nothing which can cause death on her. Before, someone told me that the true ancestors are a perfect life just by being in this world. In this natural world. They are an extension of nature, so they can draw as much power from the source called Earth. That's why they won't die. They have no limits. Oh, so that means they are only perfect in this natural world. Look for it. It has to exist. If I can see the depth of everything, the point has to exist somewhere. I was mistaken. There are no causes of death on Arkwood. In that case, first, I have to take that which makes it so. I found it. It's far away, but I can't allow any more of this. Arkwood? Shiki calls her to fight him outside before jumping out the window. He makes a mad dash for the center of the school grounds, with Arkwood in pursuit. Ha! I reach the middle of the school ground. Arkwood comes straight at me. Before that, I take my knife and stab at the large point at my feet, the depth of the very world around me. A distortion. With this, it's over. Everything around here. I killed the nature that Arkwood draws all of her power from. You thought well, Shiki. Arkwood comes towards me. Her body is filled with death now. All right. I can do it. I can kill Arkwood like this, but before I confirm my victory. Go. Ugh. Blood pours from my mouth. Probably because her movements were so fast. I just couldn't believe it, and I didn't feel pain or shock or anything. The slicing sound finally reaches my ears, the sound of blood pouring forth. Looking down, Arkwood's claws pierced through my chest before I realized it. Ah! I feel faint. Everything starts to fade away quickly. Her arm even thrusts through my chest, impaling me. That is a fatal wound for a normal human being. Ah! But I won't die just yet. With the way I am now, I still be able to live for a bit longer. From my ankles, the pitch black shadow of death starts to creep upwards. I don't care. I forcefully swallow up the blood pouring from my mouth, and I slice the line on her chest with one hand. Gah! Arkwood's voice. I can barely hear it. My head is fading. Is it the pain from Arkwood piercing my chest? Or is my brain about to burn out from being strained to the limit? Well, whichever it is, doesn't change the fact that my death is coming. I start to feel faint. But before that, with this knife, I have to cut her line. Disappear, you vampire! Don't fool around, I won't die with such a thing! Her hands grab my head. But faster than Arkwood's hand tries to squeeze my head, I slice my knife down to her thigh. Just go away. I'll take Roa with me. Without your help, I'll kill him. So disappear. I don't want to fight you. What are you saying? You're the one who refused me. Her grip increases, the sound of my skull fracturing. I'll kill Roa right here. I told you I won't go back unless I do so. You stupid woman. My knife swings again. With a slice, I cut her off her arm. Her white arm falls to the ground. Arkwood staggers back. As soon as I see that, I crumble to the ground. Like a puppet with its strings cut, I collapse on my rear end. Shiki! I hear Arkwood's somewhat hesitating voice. I can't speak well. If I move my throat, the only thing that pours forth is red blood. Shiki! Fading. The pressure and killing aura Arkwood was exerting is fading away. Is it because of her wounds? Or is it because the wounds she gave me were so terrible? She is returning to the Arkwood that I once knew. Thank God. I don't know what's so good, but I... Hang in there, Shiki. If you become mine, that wound will be nothing. She reaches out to me. With a hazy mind, I lift my hand and stop her. Why? Shiki, you'll die like this, you know? Look, I'll forgive you for earlier. I won't worry about Ciel either. I don't want you to die, Shiki. So, please become mine, Shiki. Back and forth. Even though I can barely breathe, I shake my head no. I don't understand. If you die, Roa will just reincarnate. Even you hate Roa, right? If you die like this, he'll just take over your body. Oh, yeah. Certainly, I can't let that happen. But if I just follow Arkwood, I think the same thing will happen. Even if Arkwood sucks my blood like what happened to Roa, and I gain the willpower so I won't lose to Roa, in the end, Roa will not disappear by his own will unless Arkwood turns to acknowledge him. No, I can't do what you say. Why? Do you really hate me that much, Shiki? Don't be crazy. Even as a lie, I can't say. Please. I know how you feel, but please forgive him. Roa simply wanted for you to like him. For that, he reincarnated over and over, and was looking forward to your arrival each time. But he's a human. He's not an existence that can live for a long time like you do. Yes, for humans, immortality is too far away. Roa believed his method of reincarnation would let him exist forever, but even that had its limits, because that method was the same as making descendants, which shared his same past and goals, but not creating another self for him. Roa is as good as gone now. He's just an existence which does the same thing over and over because of his past. So I have to end it for him. Shiki, you're already... Sanity returns to Arkwood's eyes. The deep crimson of her eyes thins to red. Her golden hair flutters underneath the moon. There is the Arkwood that I liked. I look up at her as if staring at the moon. Sorry, Ciel. I can't help but think she's incredibly beautiful. Those red eyes, those resolute yet friendly eyes, her white slender curves, even the gash I just gave her on her chest that is welling up with blood. Everything about her. She really is. Arkwood really is beautiful. That's why it's so unfortunate. The vestiges of my chest tighten at the thought that it has to end like this. Damn it. If only Arkwood had returned to sanity just a bit faster, none of this would have happened. I see, Shiki. You're already one with Roa? I don't know. Just, all of this was too much. Right now as I speak, my memories are disappearing. Ciel said something like that if I tried too hard to see something that should not be seen, my blood vessels would burst so that I would lose my mind. Shiki, you idiot. Are you saying you'll let Ciel kill you? Of course not, but I'm already like this thanks to you. I probably can't hold on for much longer. Arkwood looks down at herself, her chest, and the large slash wrought by my knife. I don't believe it. Until now, I've never met someone who could wound me this much. There's a faint glimmer of resentment and regret in her voice. It really is too bad, but it looks like I'm at my limit as well. Need to return to my castle quickly to heal this wound. Alright, so you should just hurry and get out of here. She doesn't answer. It wasn't even a brief pause. Just for that instant. It's probably that I wanted to treasure the last moment before we parted. Arkwood gives an amazed sigh. You're such a mean guy. You say mean things until the very end. But you know what? I like that about you, Shiki. Saying that, with a smile to the very end, her body disappears like fading mist. I see. We were the same after all. Thinking that aloud, I looked up at the moon. In the end, it really was just a brief moment, but we both returned to the relationship we had when we first teamed up together. I really liked her. It had nothing to do with the Roa inside of me. It's just... she attracted me. That's why parting like this after we were fighting only moments ago is too painful. Why did it turn out like this? Our relationship... I don't think we made that many big mistakes. Ah, the blood doesn't stop. I try to breathe, but blood just flows forth from my mouth like a pump. I'm almost gone. Arkwood should have taken it easy on me. If I get such a big hole in my chest, even a half-vampire like me can't be saved. Tss. Thump. It's not my heart. The beating of my heart has long since stopped. The only pulse remains in my head. It's probably because I strained myself too hard to get Arkwood back. Shiki, begins to fade, and Roa becomes stronger. My body is almost completely dead. After I die, Roa will completely take over. Even though I can't, Roa will probably find a way to heal himself. If that happens, I would make the same mistake Ciel did. Sorry. That's all I can say. Thump. I really can't keep conscious. Before that, I look at myself. The point is on my scar. The point of my death. Of Roa's death. Tono-kun, you said it yourself. That you'd make me happy. So please, don't die here. That's why all I can do is apologize. I can't ask for forgiveness. Even though I wanted to do so much, it turns out that I won't be able to do anything for her. Then at least, in the very end, I should release her from her terrible fate. Taking a deep breath, I place my knife on my chest. The point is at the tip of my knife. All that's left is for me to push. Just that. Stop! I can hear a voice. It has to be a hallucination. Tono-kun! A crying voice calls out from the school building. Looking up, I see a fully healed Ciel running towards me. Stop it! If I see her face, I will lose my resolve. Probably. I'll feel sorry and be unable to finish this. That's why, before she comes, I strengthen the power in my hand. The knife slides silently into my body. With just that... Stop! The voice disappears. An old book. I thought I saw an illusion of it disappearing page by page into the darkness. With that, I was able to fall into the deep darkness I fell into years ago. Tono-kun! Tono-kun! I hear a voice. Tono-kun, why? See? Just as I thought. No, I don't want this. If I heard this crying voice... Why? You said you wouldn't die. I knew I would regret it. Daylight Blue. An epilogue. Shiki wakes up in a hospital room. He recognizes he's alive somehow and takes in the breeze that blows from a nearby window. There's an IV in his arm, as well as a large bandage on his chest. Taking the bandage off, his scar is no longer on his chest. Only my chest. Having a bandage there means there's a wound there, but there's not a trace whatsoever of anything. I tilt my head to the side questioningly. Did I do something to get a wound on my chest? I look over to the open door. From the empty hallway, some unknown child peers into the room. Before I can call out, the child walks away somewhere. What was that just now? Something. I feel like I forgot something. Tono, I'm coming in. The door gets knocked and Arihiko walks into the room. Arihiko enters the room and is happy to see Shiki awake. Shiki asks why he's here, and Arihiko fills in some important details. Arihiko is here to check up on Shiki, who's been hospitalized for 2 months after being found collapsed at school in the morning. He wasn't injured, so it was assumed it was just his anemia, and he was brought to the hospital. However, he's been in a coma ever since. Though Shiki can't remember why he was at the school that day, he is taken aback by the length of his coma. To everyone, everything seemed lost, but apparently Shiki just up and woke up yesterday and casually greeted Arihiko from his hospital bed. Moving on from that, he talks about the others who have checked up on him since his hospitalization. Even though they said you had no hope of recovery, Akiha-chan came and visited you every day. Senpai would come there at the time too, so it was really hard to be there. Arihiko gives me a meaningful laugh. Wait a minute. Wait, Arihiko, what's with that Akiha-chan? Akiha-chan is Akiha-chan. It's your younger sister, and every time we see each other, our relationship gets closer and farther. Akiha. So, she came to visit me. Hearing that, I remember about Akiha. Like Arihiko said, I must still be out of it. It's like I forgot about everything outside the hospital. Well, I remember whenever he tells me about it, so it doesn't really matter. But I feel really light and feel like something strange. You met Akiha? Sorry, Arihiko. She's pretty uptight, right? She says some harsh things sometimes, but please overlook it. Pretty? Sometimes? Amazing, Tono. I never thought you were that great of a guy until now. Sitting in the chair with his arms still crossed, he laughs out loud. Arihiko is like he usually is. To be honest, I don't know what happened to me, but his infinite supply of cheerfulness does calm me down. Leaning back on the bed, I take a deep breath. Oh, it's about time for your examination. Then I'll see you later. I was gonna bring Senpai along, but she said she wouldn't come because she knew she was going to see you at school. Senpai? Yeah, we've been taking turns seeing you. Well, yesterday she woke up and hugged her right away, so she kinda got angry and said she wouldn't come here anymore. She was angry, so you should think up an excuse or something. Saying that, Arihiko leaves the room. Senpai? I can't quite remember. To me, there's only one person who I call Senpai. The person's name, face, and personality, I know them all. So why? Why do I feel like I shouldn't think deeply about this Senpai? I feel light. Probably because I've been asleep for 2 months and my body doesn't move at all. I feel like something is missing. Come to think of it, there's one other thing that's strange. I remember seeing this hospital room before. But if my memory serves me correctly, that hospital room from 8 years ago has have been long gone by now. The following day, I returned to the mansion. Probably because I was asleep for so long, it feels like forever since I've been back at my own house. Huh? Before I go to the door to the mansion, I take a walk into the woods and come out to a strange place. I never knew it. I never knew there was a Japanese-style building like this here. I hear a commotion behind me. I roll around and see some kid just standing there. Got any Rice Krispie treats? Did he get lost? He seems quite detached, almost like a ghost or something. It's just on his chest. That scar on his chest showing through his kimono is terribly... Shiki-san, what are you doing? Kohaku-san? Yes, I came to greet you. I was waiting for you by the doorway, but you headed towards the garden instead. I was a little surprised. As usual, Kohaku-san has that cheerful smile. Well, I was just walking around. Kohaku-san, do you know who that kid is? Huh? A kid? What do you mean? It seems like Kohaku-san didn't see that kid. No, if you didn't see him, that's fine. Shall we go back? Akiha's probably awaiting. Yes, Akiha-sama didn't say anything, but she was pacing back and forth in the lobby all morning. I'm sure she's anxiously waiting for you, Shiki-san. Oh, then I should hurry up, or who knows how mad at me she'll get. Yes, let's hurry, Shiki-san. Kohaku-san takes my hand and we run to the mansion. As we leave, I felt like someone called me, and I looked back at the Japanese-style building. Is it an illusion? The kid just stares as we run towards the mansion, as if he wanted to say something. Even if something does seem missing, the life of Tono Shiki returns to normal. I'm back at the mansion. Akiha scolds me, Hisui wakes me up in the morning, and after eating the breakfast Kohaku-san made, I leave the mansion. There's something missing. Without being able to remember what it is, I get to school. Yo, morning! You can come back to school now? Arihiko's greets me cheerfully. I heard you had to rehabilitate for a while. I see, for you to come to school like this must be because of that stuff. Arihiko gives me a meaningful laugh. I understand. It's only a month until graduation. That means you can be together for only a bit longer. Huh? What do you mean? Together with who? With who? Of course you and... Arihiko cuts off. I hear quick footsteps. Underneath the bright, early spring sunshine, breathing quickly, she appears before me. Good morning. Great weather today, isn't it, Tono-kun? She gives her usual smile. Senpai. I gasp. That's right. Why couldn't I remember about her until now? Tono-kun? I said good morning. Yeah, good morning, senpai. I reply awkwardly. She seems a bit puzzled and tilts her head. Jeez, you finally get out of the hospital, but you're not cheerful at all. I was looking forward to seeing you again. Looking forward to... Why can't I remember? Did something happen? I feel like something very important happened between the two of us, but I can't remember. All I can remember is that she's a third-year upperclassman who took a liking to me and Arihiko for some reason, and that we would spend lunchtime together. I can't remember. I can't remember anything else. It's like I forgot about everything else because it was so sad or difficult that I cut the unneeded memories away. I mean, I don't think we could hit that anymore on the head, but yeah, go off, King. Jeez, Tono-kun, did you forget our promise? Senpai looks at me disappointingly. Promise. An important promise. Hey, you said that the three of us would hang out in town. But you collapsed the day before that and had to go to the hospital. She looks like she really was looking forward to that little thing. So I didn't care about anything else. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Please don't forget this time, Tono-kun. No, you can go ahead and forget, Tono. Then Senpai and I can have fun by ourselves. Arihiko repeats what I heard some time before. That won't do. We may not have a chance to do this again, so this time it has to be the three of us. She seems unusually angry. That's not true. We're still students, so we can always hang out. Yes, certainly you and Tono will have lots of free time, but I will be very busy starting in spring. The university I plan on attending is a little far, so it will not be easy to come back here. Ah, that's right. Senpai, you... Arihiko stops mid-sentence. I don't understand what she's talking about, though. Yes, after I graduate, I plan on going overseas to study. It's always been my dream to become a master at crafting cakes. With such a smile, Senpai says something outrageous. Senpai, then you won't be staying here? Yes, I'll stay here. My house is here, so I don't plan on going to live over there. I can't exactly leave my father alone either. But the person I will be staying under is very strict, so I won't be able to come back for at least 3 years. What? But it's always been my childhood dream. The places I'm going to work as a live-in employee as a craftsman for the king. Normally, non-relatives are not allowed to work there, but he told me I had great talent, so I'm able to go there. Senpai happily speaks of another world I didn't even know existed. Oh, that's great, but she'll be gone for 3 years. Why? Yes, thank you very much. 3 years is a long time, but you can wait that long, right, Tono-kun? Senpai gives a faint smile to hide her embarrassment. Now, don't be unfaithful because I'm gone, Tono-kun. You have a tendency to get swept away easily, so really, I want to take you with me. Senpai sighs. Senpai? But that just can't be. You're still a student, and it would be impossible to convince Ahiha-san in a year or two. So this time I will just trust you and leave you for 3 years. Senpai declares this fiercely. Arihiko takes all this in with his mouth hanging wide open. So, this may be the last time the three of us get to play together. So this time, please let me make a good memory out of it. She sounds truly happy as she says this. Throb. It feels like the scar on my chest hurts. Tono-kun? What's wrong? Grabbing your chest like that, are you still hurt? No, not really. My chest was never injured, so it's just your imagination. As I answer, it feels strange. It feels like something's inconsistent. And what's this mysterious ticking noise? The first bell rings. Morning homeroom is about to start. Then I'll come back again at lunch break, okay? Senpai disappears towards the school building. Before she can do that, I ask her a question. Senpai, your father, what kind of person is he? Eh? Tono-kun, you know my father, don't you? My family has a bakery at the nearby town, and you came to buy it from there before. My father said you were a pleasant young man, too. She sounds truly happy as she says this. Now that she mentions it, I think it did happen. But that's wrong. Senpai, there's no way your father can be alive. Tono-kun? Senpai calls out to me. Everything suddenly turns colder. You realized it, Tono-kun. She asked me, somewhat sadly. Yeah, I did. I say that as tears fill my eyes. I wish I never realized it. Then, I could have continued to live happily in this world where no one gets hurt. Amazing. Normally, people never realize it. Usually they ignore all the inconvenient inconsistencies. Yeah. Even if it was a little strange, if I was happy, I should have ignored it. That's right. Do not be able to lie about such things. You really are honest. Senpai. The girl who looks like Senpai says this with incredible sadness. I really feel sorry, and regret tightens in my chest. But it really couldn't be helped. My school life from before, the Ciel Senpai that seems like she's lived in this town, the Tono Shiki who survived that wound without a single scar on his chest. These days, similar to the original days without a single moment of unhappiness. That was just too happy. And I knew this was a dream. Jeez, you were always like this, Tono-kun. Even though you overlook so many trivial things, you realize the one thing that you really wish you wouldn't. But that is one of your good traits, I suppose. But still... She looks at me regretfully. You should have at least overlooked it this time. Senpai disappears. And so does the world. It disappears in the same way. And everything disappears. The world returns to the way it should be. I died. No, if I was dead, I even wouldn't have seen such a dream, so I might be on the very verge of death then. Well, anyway, it's certain that this has to be quite close to death. Strangely, I'm not afraid. No matter if I'm already dead or about to disappear or have already disappeared. Right now, that person is more important to me than myself. Senpai. That person who was smiling before me earlier. Ciel, who has so happily told me this fairy tale. Without pain or suffering. A completely ordinary life. A story as she wanted. No sadness at all. Just a very commonplace life. A radiant world. To me or Arihiko. It was a completely boring repetition of days without any value. That boring thing was... To her, it was an unfulfillable dream. Thinking aloud, I feel sad. I selfishly ended my life. I didn't think deeply about what would happen afterwards. If this was what her dream was, then no matter how terrible I become or how pitiful I become, maybe I should have stayed beside her, being helped by her and protecting her. That is the wish of the person called Ciel. It is not the wish of you yourself as Shiki, so you don't need to worry about it, right? Eh? Tono Shiki has acted on what he thought was the best choice. You don't need to burden yourself with what Ciel wants. If you do that, you will be burdened by someone else's dream like earlier. Although there's no one other than me here anymore, I can hear someone else's voice. Yeah, you woke yourself from the dream, so there's nothing else here besides Shiki. I see. You can use your brain a little, Shiki. Then you are... No, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Roa was killed by you already. In the first place, if Roa still existed, then there would be no way you could exist. Even though you are already dead. I don't quite get it. Then what am I right now? Let's see. Maybe you're on the verge of losing yourself. The time you stabbed yourself and the time you died. I think this is the brief moment in between the two. Something snaps. I see a projection of the familiar hospital room. A thing called a dream cannot be something completely unknown. Any story is only an extension of what that person knows. So the dream you saw has some truth about reality. Such as, like becoming a vegetable without regaining consciousness. Yeah, that at least is true. After you stabbed yourself, you were still left without waking up. This instant is really just a small gap of time between the two. When you wake up from this dream, you will simply be comatose, not even able to dream. Then, what will happen to Senpai? I don't know. But shouldn't you think about yourself more than other people? It won't be bad, so just close your eyes again. This time, try not to wake up. If you do that, then you can watch that happy dream again. I don't understand. Who are you? Hey, that doesn't really matter. If you wake up, you won't even be able to dream. You just become a pile of organs, you know. So, it's just better to sink back into the dream. You really did well. It is too bad that for that person, Ciel, but you and I also had horrible luck. So, I think we could at least see a happy dream, you know? So, who are you? You just said that earlier yourself. Since you woke up from that dream, there's nothing else here besides Shiki. So, I must... probably look like this. Hey, excuse yourself. I'm a year older than you, you know. Shiki is only 8 years old, right? With that in mind, I have existed for almost 9 years. Then, you are... That's it. I was cast away until now, but since you fell into the same place, I called out to you. But it's not like we're actually separate people. We are the same existence after all. Even if you forgot, you are the Shiki that is the extension of me. But in my case, I am your foundation but not your past, so I'm just trash. Well, it is difficult to talk about it, so let's just leave it aside. I don't understand. Then what does that trash want to make me do? That's what I've been saying. I'm warning you not to wake up. Shiki's reality is nothing more than spending the rest of your life in a coma. If you awake to that, you won't even be able to dream. Even though you could manage your body, your brain would not function. In other words, death. Not death to your existence, but the death of your will. In that situation, you won't need to die, right? Even if you woke up, you can't live in reality. I'd be much happier if you just watched a dream about reality here. What is that? Even if I just slept the rest of my life, dreaming selflessly isn't fun at all. That's true. You can either wake up to reality and face the death of your will, or you can stay here and dream. No matter which, there really isn't much of a difference. If you wake up to reality and die, you won't trouble yourself like this. If you call that happiness, it probably is many times happier. I'm dropping a save. This feels like I'm gonna get one more shot at something. I just don't know what. What? But I want you to dream. We have the same name, but the dreams we can see are different. My dreams are usually about that day, or the days I had until I was 9 years old. Oh, I'm assuming that's... So those dreams are from him, like the cicada trees and the killing of Shiki with the capitals. The other dreams are from Roa. So now we've got our connection. Okay. They may be happy, but there's no future for Shiki there. Such as getting older, having a person you like, living busily every day. My reality, my knowledge, the future I can imagine from that is so small and hopeless that I can't even imagine those things. But your dreams were different. What is normal scenery for you looks brilliant to me, even if they're just dreams. But with my limited years, I can't even think of your dreams by myself. If you can't stand but your selfish dream, then I can help a little.
I can let you remember the other things you forgot that happened in the past. If we work together to fool each other, we can see a somewhat happy dream. It seems you don't like that. I guess once you realize the truth, you have to wake up. But your reality is already over. Certainly, dreams can't compare to reality. But still, if you try, I think you can at least become a little bit happy, right? No. Wouldn't we be the only ones becoming happy there, Shiki? You're stupid. It's simple to be happy by yourself. If you start to think about others, it gets much more difficult. As a result, even what's good or bad becomes too difficult to figure out. And in reality, you and I never did anything wrong. But this is how we ended up, right? See, that's the person you are, Shiki. You've only had things stolen from you, so you shouldn't worry about making others happy. That may be true, but still, I made a promise not to leave her alone. Even if everything before, if everything right now, if all of it is a dream, I have to wake up. Even if there might be nothing for you if you wake up. Because she's waiting. Because she's waiting. I have to go back. Even if it means my death, I promise I'll be there when she's waiting. I see. Then, this is goodbye. I couldn't leave you alone, so I lent you a hand, but like I thought, you don't need me now. All the same, it was fun. It was really fun. I was able to see a good dream that maybe my future could be like that. What's this? Shaking my hand all of a sudden. That's just weird. I even felt weird. But it can't be helped because I can't give you it unless we do this. Even though we are the same, if we parted this much, we needed an image to merge. Well, I guess it's useless for me to tell you because you've even forgot that. Hey, you're disappearing. You're starting to form shape. Well, it's about time for our goodbyes. I'll forget about you, so please forget about me. Now, it's meaningless to go back to the Shiki before becoming Tono Shiki. Oh yeah, about her? I like her too. So I agree on the fact that she's more important than you. But you know, if that's the case, never do something stupid again to make her cry, okay? And he disappears. No, maybe died would be closer in meaning. I feel a strange pain. Missing. Something I won't be able to get back. I feel sad about something. Even though I tried to remember, I didn't quite grasp that it was nostalgia. My consciousness returns. I wake up from a moment's dream. If that dream disappears and I disappear, the only thing waiting for me is death. Aimlessly, the morning light shines. My mind is hazy. I still can't think of anything. My body is collapsed. My head is on something soft. That's strange. I should have woken up from that dream already. I open my eyes. I see her crying face. I'm gonna fucking cry. I just reach out my hand and touch her cheek. Her tears course down my fingers. Without a doubt, these warm tears are real. She doesn't say anything. Neither do I. I do not feel that words are necessary. I just feel her warmth against me. Thump. In the night sky, the moon still hangs from the time Arkwood disappeared, and my chest is covered in blood. But that gaping wound is closed. Did she heal me, or did that wound never exist in the first place? Well, if I'm alive, that's just a trivial matter since I am able to exist here right now. Tono-kun, can you understand me? Her shaking voice. I'm surprised. Senpai, you're really crying. Yes, I've never felt like this ever before. Isn't that a bit much, Senpai? I ramble with my hazy head. I feel spaced out. There's no headache. There's no pain. I don't know what happened to Roa, or what happened to me. All I know is Ciel is here with me in the morning light. What happiness. What I want is all right here before me. Thank goodness. I can keep my promise. I say that after a long sigh. What are you saying? Aren't we supposed to go with Inui-kun and hang out today after school? So we really don't have time to just sit here all day, do we? She speaks and gives a mischievous smile like before. I see. Then I should get up. Ow! As soon as I try to get up, my chest stabs with pain. Oh, don't move yet! It was a big wound, so you should stay like this for at least another hour. Ciel, you really contradicted yourself. You know that, right? Oh, yes, it seems so. I seem to have lost my mind since you woke up. She gives a deep blush. Oh man, I'll be bored if I have to stay like this for another hour. All I can move is my arms, and she should get tired from having my head on her lap for an hour. Sorry. Does this tire you out? You can let me sleep on the ground. Jeez, what are you saying? I'm doing this out of my own will, so please indulge my selfishness. Her cheeks turning ever redder, she continues to look at me. And if I stayed like this, I thought you might do it. I remember. Come to think of it, I think we made a promise like this before. Yeah, I want to do so too. Saying that, I reach out to her face with my only free arm. She quietly lowers her face. Our lips meet, deeply. After what feels like an hour, we separate. I'm speechless. Just, at last, for real. I feel like I've woken from a long sleep. First, good morning, Ciel. Yes, good morning, Tono-kun. Since her smiling face and her tears are more glorious than anything on this earth, I relax and close my eyes. Eh? Tono-kun! Tono-kun! Sorry, senpai. I wanted to sleep a little longer. I really felt relaxed and all my tiredness returned. If I can, I want to sleep in senpai's arms, but I don't think that's possible. You can just put me somewhere, so when classes start, wake me up. She sounds a little disappointed, but really, I'm sleepy right now. I understand. Then I'll carry you to my room, but is it okay? Isn't that bad? We'll miss school if we do that. It's okay, let's skip for today. Besides, there's a lot of things I want to ask you about, Tono-kun. And then, I feel myself being lifted. Hey, senpai, the clinic is fine. We don't have to go to your room. Denied. Tono-kun, you have to tell me what you did with Arkwood when I wasn't there. Ciel smiles as she holds me. There's enough intensity to almost banish all traces of sleepiness away. Then let's go. The sun is just rising, so if we hurry, no one will see us. Senpai, that's why the clinic is much better. Wah! With a light stomp, Ciel takes a huge leap. I feel weightless, like I'm floating in space. At this rate, we really will be at Ciel's apartment soon, but... Whew. I feel like I really have fallen in love with a surprising person. But I'm more than prepared. Even though I've settled the problem with Roa, Senpai has her own problems as well. I don't think we can return to a peaceful life. But even still, I've decided to be with this person already. No matter what happens in the future, we'll get through it together. That's right, Shiki. I whisper, oh, that's me. That's right, Shiki. I whisper to the person in my dream. Well then, the first things first. I have to start seriously thinking about what I should tell her about Arkwood. Finn. Guys, I'm gonna fucking cry. I was so pretty. And with that, we have reached Ciel's true ending. Shiki has survived Roa's attempt to take him over. He survived a final fight with Arquid, and he survived his own eyes. His future seems bright, if not a bit adventurous, with Ciel by his side. But hang on, I mentioned that this was the true ending, and that must mean there's another ending. Well, if you listen to Ciel Sensei's lesson at the end of the credits, she mentions that every route has 2 endings with 1 exception. So there is a choice that we can make that will give us another ending. Going all the way back to the last choice with Arquid, selecting to obey her will bring us down the good ending instead.
This one. Alright. So this time we'll obey her, because we're very scared. I remember the times I spent with Arquid. The first time I saw Arquid, I was certainly insane. I don't know what caused that impulse. But still, there's something that I can be sure of. I, Tono Shiki, the instant I saw that white vampire, had my heart stolen. Even though she's a vampire, a true ancestor, she's still innocent. She lacks common sense and was the one who got me involved in this mess. Even though I killed her, she forgave me with a smile. An unknown image of the past, the parasitic ghost of Roa's attachment to Arquid Brunstead. Even if it influenced me, This is your last chance, Shiki. Do as I say. Arquid's voice is shaking. Her voice filled with fear of rejection tells me, the most important person to me is Ciel. But that doesn't mean I can hate this person. Holding Ciel dear to me is true, but my fondness for Arquid is also true. It has nothing to do with Roa's influence. As Tono Shiki, I am attracted to her. Shiki? Or do you really hate me that much? Don't be ridiculous. If I could hate you so simply, things wouldn't have turned out this way. I apologize to Ciel in my head as I say that. Huh? Arquid tilts her head. Wait, Shiki, what does that mean? This idiot. Damn it, she just won't understand unless you say it directly. Arquid, Sorry, Ciel. I'm about to say something I shouldn't. I can't hate you. I'm probably attracted to you. Arquid's eyes narrow. After a tense pause. Really? She asks in a drained voice. Hey now, it's useless to lie in this kind of situation. I don't want to admit it, but I'm attracted to you. Ever since I met you, I've always been attracted to you. Arquid's face brightens. Her hands, which were pinning me down, let go, and she happily tries to get up. But I still can't do as you say. She freezes instantly. She takes her hands, which were letting go, and puts them on my arms again. Shiki, what do you mean? If you like me, why can't you listen to what I say? Or are you saying you can't trust me? Trust what I say. I believe you. You have a lot of secrets, but you can never lie. You've never lied to me. And if you say it's possible to do something about Roa, then it's probably true. You understand? Then what's wrong? Don't tell me you don't want to get rid of Roa's power. She stares at me, dissatisfied. Jeez. No matter what situation we're in, I guess you'll always be a bit off. Hey, I'm just an average guy. I wouldn't want this power even if you asked me to take it. If I could, I want to throw it in a trash can right now. Then why don't you want this? If you become my servant, you can bring down Roa right away. Shiki, you're being weird. You're the weird one. Look, Arquid, I'm attracted to you, but the one I like the most is someone else. That's why I'll never become yours. Oh, I see. Shiki, you're still saying that woman is better. Arquid's voice turns cold. This is bad. I think I really got her pissed. That's fine. I don't mind if you like someone else. Shiki, you're the first person I've ever liked. So if you like me even just a little bit, then nothing else matters. So even if you don't think about me the most, I don't mind. Because if you're my number one, isn't that enough? Her gold eyes shine over her smile, a mixture of chilling coldness and innocence. But that woman is different. If she's the one to take you from me, it's better if you hate me. Aw man, in the end, I guess I do have to use force. You may hate me for this, but if I do this, you'll never be able to leave me. Arquid bites her lip after saying that. Drip. A bead of red blood forms on her lip. Hey, Arquid, wait! I yell out, sensing some kind of danger, but Arquid looks down and pretends not to hear me. I try to free myself, but I'm not in time. Like that. Arquid's lips pressed onto my mouth. This isn't a kiss. Arquid is just trying to get me to drink her blood.
Something tells me this is really bad and I resist frantically. But her arms grabbing mine are strong and the sensation of her lips feels so good and my struggles grow weaker and weaker. You filthy thing! And then my whole world suddenly jolts. When I open my eyes, I see Arkwood's body flying through the air. Arkwood was hit directly by countless swords that came flying through the air, and she flew right along the brick pathway and disappeared into the trees. I looked down the opposite direction from where Arkwood disappeared to. Crap! I see Ciel senpai's there, her shoulders shaking. I can feel the heat of her glare. Oh, she pissed. Staring at me like I was her enemy, Ciel walks over with sharp footsteps. She smiles and stretches out her hand out to me. I grab her hand and manage to stand back up. Ciel senpai, you're back already. Yes, I was worried about you, Tono-kun, so I hurried back. But when I came back to my room, I was surprised. I told you not to leave the room, but you weren't there. There's a big reason for that, and it's a long story. Then please, go ahead. I don't know what you were doing with Arkwood, but I'll at least listen to your excuse. Senpai, I'll say this now, but it isn't what you think. I didn't do anything with Arkwood. What you're thinking is just a false accusation. I see. So you're saying that there's nothing going on and it's all just a misunderstanding on my part? Yeah! Alright, way to go, Ciel senpai! I knew you'd understand right away. I raise my hands in the air and cheer. Being glared at, I lower my hands. Yeah, that's fucking stupid, dumbass. Oh well. Well, unfortunately, taking care of her takes priority right now. But Tono-kun, I'll definitely ask you about this later on. She looks away from me and towards the thick trees. Even I can feel something straining forth from that direction. Chill. An uneasiness like an unseen poison is starting to fill the air. Please get away, Tono-kun. Ciel walks towards the bushes that Arkwood disappeared into. Get away? Ciel! I can't listen. Before Ciel and Arkwood fought in this park. Even at that time, Ciel didn't stand a chance against her, so I can't let her fight with Arkwood alone. But I don't want to even think about me and Ciel both attacking Arkwood. Wait, senpai! Arkwood didn't do anything. She's not a bad vampire, so... Tono-kun, when it comes to vampires, good and evil do not matter. They are an existence that must be eliminated once they mix into human society. And it's already too late. She intends to kill us already. Before I can say, that's not true, Arkwood's figure appears, swaying like she's sowing the seeds of death. Uh-oh.
With their anger reaching a boiling point, Arkwood and Ciel start to fight, with Shiki noting that Ciel seems to have more weapons with her. Arkwood says one of those weapons is called the Black Barrel, and obtaining it involved someone called Enhance. This isn't important to the story, and Ciel doesn't respond to any of this, so we'll move on. Knowing that this fight will not end well for whoever ends up on the losing side, Shiki shouts at the both of them to stop. While they both are annoyed at Shiki's interruption, they attempt to each state why they have to fight. Shiki in response essentially goes, "I'll do it myself," and prepares his knife to end it himself. He starts to focus hard on the lines of death, bringing excruciating pain to his head. Ciel starts to panic when she sees this, while Arkwood only stares coldly at him. Arkwood tells Shiki to stop so that Roa doesn't take him over, but Shiki is determined to stop them. He focuses harder to try and spot any lines on Arkwood, and realizing that he's possibly done so, Ciel runs to him to confirm it. She tells Shiki that the church was not able to help them, but if he can kill Arkwood, then Roa would be weakened as well. Shiki is conflicted on the idea, but decides that he won't, to the shock of the two girls.
What are you saying, Tono-kun? If you don't do that, Roa will take over. And weren't you looking for her lines to kill her? No, you got it wrong, senpai. Ciel, I don't want to kill Arkwood at all. I just wanted you to stop fighting, and this was the only way I thought I could stop it. That may be true, but if you do not kill Arkwood, you will disappear, Tono-kun. I don't want that. Why? Are you saying Arkwood's life is more important than your own? Senpai is right, but I don't know, but I can't hurt Arkwood. Sorry for being selfish, Ciel. I can't hate her. That's why, even to save myself, I can't kill her. Tono-kun, you like her? Of course not. I love you, Ciel. That's no lie. There's only one person I hold the most dear. Ciel closes her mouth as she hangs her head. I don't sense any hostility or enmity from her at all anymore. Now, if I can get the person staring at me with the sour expression to go away, everything will just be fine. Arkwood, please, can you give up? I will definitely take Roa. I don't know how long I'll remain, but At the very end, I'll pierce your point of death and kill Roa. Arcwood reads my mind. I refuse. The very end means Roa will have almost taken you over completely. Do you think you can kill Roa by yourself in that situation, Shiki? She makes some cutting remarks. Then what are you saying I should do? Go tell you once Roa starts to consume me? No, you don't have to go through all that trouble. It'll all be fine if you just kill yourself right here. Easily. With her usual expression, Arcwood speaks cruelly. What are you saying? Such a thing I would not allow even if Tono-kun accepted it. Hey, Ciel. I hold back Senpai, who tries to attack Arcwood. Arcwood, maybe that is the best thing for you, but can you just let it go? Nope. You understand that that's the best way too, right, Shiki? So I won't wait. If you don't kill Roa right now, things will get difficult later on. Ugh. I desperately hold on to Ciel, who goes wild in my arms. Well, I wanted Shiki to drink more of my blood, but with Ciel here, it's a little difficult. So I will compromise. Didn't I say so earlier, Shiki? That if you become mine, you could rid yourself of Roa right away. It's already more than half done, anyway. What? Tono-kun, you drank some of Arcwood's blood? Breaking free, Ciel Senpai glares at me. Well, when Arcwood was pinning me down earlier, she forced me to. Is there a problem with that, Senpai? Yes! It's a huge problem. With that, you're pretty much under her influence. If you have her blood inside you, you'll be just like an extension of her. Like an arm or a leg. Then that means... Then you mean... Yes, no different than a dead apostle who got his blood sucked. I look over to Arcwood. Why, that little... Smiling like that, no wonder. Arcwood, is that what you mean by using force? What part of this is not doing something I won't like? You sucked my blood, you big liar. You got it all wrong. I didn't suck your blood. I just gave you some of my blood. So that's why you didn't turn into a dead apostle. It's the same thing. To have your blood inside someone means they cannot disobey you. And if you go too far, your genetic information as a true ancestor will invade and destroy this human genetic information. Fuck, that was a lot. If it's your blood, then only a little would destroy a body, right? How rude. I won't make such sloppy mistakes. In the first place, Shiki's body is already invaded by Roa and is almost a vampire's body anyway. In this case, I think my blood helps. Besides, Shiki won't listen to what I say. With only one drop of blood, it'll only take him some willpower to refuse my orders. Besides, I didn't suck Shiki's blood, so his body is his own. You know already, right? A vampire makes a target their own by sucking the target's blood and mixing it with their blood. But still, you forced Tono-kun to drink your blood! What in the world were you thinking? It's obvious, right? I made it so Shiki can beat Roa even if Shiki and Roa die at the same time. Now Shiki is under my influence, you know? Even if Roa and Shiki are equal, if I give Shiki backup, it's only natural that Shiki will survive. Ciel Senpai's mouth opens in shock. Do you understand? You said you'll help Shiki, but my method is much better than yours. Come on, if you understand, then hurry up and get away from Shiki. Ciel Senpai's mouth opens and closes. It seems things have taken a sudden twist. Well, to be honest, I was really thinking about not telling you about it, but I think it might be alright. Earlier, Shiki said he liked me. Let's see. If Shiki says he likes me more than Ciel, I'll help out this time. Arcwood smiles. Not at me, but at Ciel Senpai. Ciel Senpai's shoulders start quivering furiously. And, hold on a sec. Oh, I'd hit the mic. No, not a chance. Even with your help, oh wait, that's her. No, not a chance. Even without your help, I'll somehow save Tono-kun. I'll let you go for tonight, so just go back. I suppose I can go back, but then Shiki will disappear. So you're saying it's okay if Roa takes over Shiki as long as Shiki's body remains. My body is... Don't be stupid. I want Roa to be destroyed more than you do. I can't bear Roa taking away the person I hold the most dear. Then it's simple. Shiki just has to promise me he likes me more, and Roa will be destroyed completely. I think that's fulfilling both our goals. My body feelings are starting to fade away? Those are two completely different matters. In the first place, there's no reason for us to trust you. I won't let Tono-kun walk such a tightrope like killing himself. Then... You look like you'd rather kill me. Anyway, With Shiki the way he is now, you can't. Roa's invaded his mind enough already, so it's easy to see that if you stress him any further, his mind will collapse. If Shiki didn't strain himself to stop us, he might have lasted for a few more days, but the way he is now, he can't resist Roa for long. Take a look. He's desperately resisting a headache right now. Like that, tonight would be... Huh? Oh, this is bad. Hey, Shiki? Don't tell me you already got your limit. Todo-kun! Awareness. I still have my awareness. My body can still move. So why don't I feel like I'm alive? I'm losing my grip on reality. Tonoshiki is fading away. Tono-kun, hang in there! Tono-kun! Ciel's voice. Even though she's holding me, I can't feel her at all. Shiki, if you can hear me, hurry. There's no time to hesitate or think things over. Arkuid's voice. Her hands grab my palm. What's there is my knife. You said it before, that at the very end you'll kill Roa with your own hands. If you're ready, you have to kill him now. You're the only one who can kill him, so it's meaningless unless you kill yourself while you're still there. You can't! Tono-kun, if you do that, you'll just die! If you just focus, if you can resist that headache, you can come back, Tono-kun. That's right. I was already prepared. Thump. Roa's mouth is already right there. Before that, I stare at my body. The point exists right on my scar. Come to think of it, Shiki, in all caps, said something like that. What kills a will is another will. Stop! Please, stop! You can't be sure what Arkuid's saying is true, so why? Yeah, I understand why Ciel's worried, but what Arkuid says is the truth, because she never lied to me even once. I place the knife on my chest. If there are two wills in one life, then with one death, with a simple calculation, only one will die. Well, I think that's too simple, but I'll believe it. Even if it doesn't turn out like Arkuid says, no matter what, Roa will consume me eventually. Then, I'll kill you right here. Your reincarnation is at an end. What I see is my death, and the death of Roa's soul. After I sense someone gasping, I squeeze. Someone grips my hand hard. I can hear someone speaking softly. Hot blood courses through my body, and I feel someone embracing my back. I see. This is nothing. I'll probably, definitely survive no matter what happens. I believe firmly, and I strengthen my grip around my knife. Roa, if what kills a will is a will, then you are alone, and there are three of us. There's no way we can lose. With the power of friendship, I will die. After walking down the usual road and entering the usual alley, I come out to a strange place. I never knew this place was on the way back from the school to the mansion. A clearing. There's no walls around, but I don't feel anyone else around. It's so quiet that it feels like this is the only place in the world. In it, someone sits on a bench reading a book. A man with long, golden hair and small round glasses. With deep, chiseled features and golden hair, there's no doubting that he's a foreigner. Despite his very set features, there is an atmosphere of softness to him. Even though he looks cold-hearted, his eyes seem gentle. It's probably because of that. So I talk to this strange person. After looking up, he asks me what I want. I inquire what he was doing. With a smile, he says that, just like it appears, he is reading a book. I then ask if it's interesting. With a terribly kind smile, he declares that nothing is interesting at all. He stands up. He leaves the old book that he was reading on the bench. I called out to him. I tell him he forgot his book. Over his shoulder, he says that he is done reading it. The pages of the book are flipping, even though there is no wind. The pages unbind, and page by page, they fly out far away, as if they were disappearing into nothingness. As if hiding me in the paper storm, the man's figure starts to fade away. I ask where he's going, but he just responds that he never was anywhere to begin with. There is only an observer which reads the book. If the book ceases to exist, the observer also ceases to exist. At last, all the pages fly away, and the book becomes nothing. The man's figure is obviously nowhere to be seen. If that's the case, it's no surprising the memories which do not belong to me of this place also disappear. The book carrying the memories of long reincarnation disappears, and the vampire called Roa gracefully dies after 800 years. Sun, an epilogue. Well, what happened from there? A small noise wakes me up. Creak, creak, creak. I sound like a burglar quietly opening a window. After that, footsteps come towards me. Shiki, it's morning. Get up. Someone shakes me. Resisting my headache, I slowly open my eyes. Oh, morning! It's great weather today, Shiki. Arkwood, you... Holding my still sleepy head, I look at the trespasser in front of me. Arkwood acts as if it was completely normal for her to be here, and I'm surprised at myself for feeling the same way for a brief moment. What? If you have something to say, you should just say it. You're always looking so troubled recently. Hey, whose fault do you think that is? It's because you do the things that make my head hurt starting early in the morning and cause me to have stress when I shouldn't have any. In the first place, if Senpai finds out, she'd kill me before she kills you. Really. Or if Isui came in right now, Akiha would kill me before Senpai would. In that case, you'd finally be breaking up with Ciel, right? But that's okay. I'll take responsibility and take you with me. She laughs like it's funny. Of course, I'm not laughing at all. You're actually serious. Of course. I don't joke that often. That's true. Your existence itself is like a joke. Hey, that's being discriminatory. You're so nice to everyone else, so why do you only say such things to me? She looks me right in the eye. I'm a bit troubled. As usual, Arkwood is without hesitation and doesn't take a man's heart into consideration. Of course. You can't be kind to someone who sneaks in no matter how many times you tell him not to. Come on, get out. I'm going to change. Looking away from Arkwood, who's directly in front of me, I stand up on the other side of the bed as if running away from her. And then... Dong! Dong! The sound echoes through the room. Shiki-sama, have you awakened? Isui's voice, the clock, says it's 10 minutes before 7. Crap! Arkwood, hurry up and get out of the window! I hurry to the window and motion her to come to the window, but... Arkwood just looks at me like she wants to say something and stays in the center of my room. Arkwood, please, just get out! She's not listening. Shiki-sama? You are awake, are you not? Whoa! Wait! I'm changing, so just wait. Changing? I have your school uniform right here, however. No, that's not it. Anyway, just wait. I'll be done soon, so please wait. I guess she didn't like me saying it'll be done soon as Arkwood starts to look angry. What are you dissatisfied about, Arkwood? I can't do anything if you just selfishly come here and get angry. If you have something to say, just say it. I yell at her, but quietly. And then, because you don't play with me recently, so I thought I should trouble you a bit. Arkwood says quietly. Hey now, I told you students have these things called exams and are busy until they're over. Once I'm done, I'll spend a whole day with you, so can you leave for now? Really? You'll do that before Ciel? I'll try. Yay! It's a promise, okay? Then I'll be waiting outside. Waiting outside? With a light hop, Arkwood jumps out the window. Please excuse me. Isui enters as if she was merely trading places. Shiki-sama? I heard some voices speaking. Did anything happen? No, I was just musing. Sorry if it was confusing. Poem yet to be titled. That wasn't very amusing. She stares at me wordlessly. She's just like, bruh. Arkwood is coming here practically every day, so Isui might be catching on. My, look at the time. Oh wait, my, look at the time. I'll hurry up and change and go to the sitting room. So please go ahead of me, Isui. I understand. Then please excuse me, Shiki-sama.
Down in the sitting room, he talks with Akiha, who tells him that an upper-class woman was waiting for him outside. Shiki says it must be Ciel, and Akiha asks to hear about her when he gets back home, a hint of malice behind her words. Outside is in fact Ciel, who said she had a bad feeling, so she came to check on him. Shiki thanks her, but he silently realizes that he'll need to figure out how to introduce her to Akiha, and he has his own bad feeling that the two won't be very friendly to each other.
I'm surprised. Tono-kun, you have such a cute maid see you off every morning. Yeah, but it doesn't really mean anything. Apparently she doesn't even have a root. Oh wait, she does have a root. Never mind. Spoilers! I tell her not to, but Hisui is just very conscientious about seeing me off, that's all. Hisui-san really is dedicated. But your family must be really rich to have maids. Ciel is awfully nosy. Was she talking to Hisui while I was eating breakfast? I mean, I would hope so. Like, she was literally waiting there when you woke up, when you went down the stairs, you said hi to Akiha, you ate breakfast, you went back to talk to Akiha, and then you saw her. Senpai, I'll ask, but did you talk about something with Hisui? Yes, I heard a lot of things about you from Hisui-san. About how you indulge your sister, about how cute and spaced out you are in the morning, this and that. What do you mean? I don't really indulge Akiha. Oh, just like Hisui-san said. She said you would definitely say in response that you don't indulge your sister. Not just Kohaku-san, but even Hisui thinks that way? Sheesh. I don't really mean to indulge her, but they both seem to think so. Well, whatever. I guess this is some sort of fate. So do you want to come by my house after school? My sister is on break, so I'll introduce you to her. Yes. I would also like to meet your sister, Tono-kun. She smiles softly, but that smile quickly fills with hostility. Ciel-senpai? Still keeping her sharp glance, Ciel is looking around us. There. She's like, where is she? I was waiting, Shiki. Arkuid tackles me from behind. Oh, you fell down. How shameful. If you leave yourself so open because it's the morning, this is what happens. That's mistaken. That's terribly mistaken. Even if you're ready for it or keeping an eye out for it, nobody can survive being hit full force from behind by a speeding motorcycle. I stand up and dust myself off. And now... What are you doing? At the same time, Ciel-senpai screams loudly right behind me. Oh? You're here too, Ciel? Of course. Don't pretend like you didn't notice. You were sneaking behind us for a while, so there's no way you didn't notice me. That's rude. I really didn't notice. Because it doesn't really matter to me and Shiki if you're here or not, right? In other words, she was just ignoring Ciel-senpai completely. You really don't learn a thing, do you? Tono-kun is going to school, so please don't bother us. In the first place, there's no reason for you to stay in this country, right? Ro is gone, and there's no more dead apostles here. There's over 10 dead apostles running around on the loose, so you should go ahead and go after them. Yes, I plan on doing that without you telling me. But I have to take Shiki with me then, so I have to reel him in first. Reel him in? Like a fish? Tono-kun won't do any more dangerous things. Please stop involving Tono-kun in your selfish circumstances. Let's go, Tono-kun. You'll turn weird like her if you hang around this vampire too long. Grabbing my hand, she starts to walk down the hill. Oh? I don't care what you say about me, but Shiki's problem isn't anything you can decide. It doesn't matter what you think, but he doesn't hate me. If he says he'll help me, then you'll be the one getting in the way. Ciel freezes in her tracks. Tono-kun, don't tell me you plan on helping her. Uh-oh. Being stared at by those emotionless eyes is troubling. No, I never made that promise. Then please refuse her. Actually, you should tell her not to associate with you anymore. Senpai, do you really think I should do that? I whisper in Senpai's ears. Of course you should. If you tell her directly, even she would. Do you think she'd go back? You may have forgotten, but I was saved because of Arkuid. So I don't know how to say it, but I can't really be hard on her. That may be true, but Ciel looks away disappointed. But I still don't want that. Tono-kun, we're lovers, so please don't let other women seduce you. Seduce me! Turning red to the tips of her ears, Ciel-senpai states it directly. Oh, I just realized I shut my door. The cats want to come in, they can come in. Turning red to the tips of her ears, Ciel-senpai states it directly. Since she is so direct, I'm embarrassed but happy and turn red as well. Despite that... Oh, you're pretty controlling, Ciel. There's still one that's open. Can't I? It's not like there's a rule against me chaining down Tono-kun with my feelings. Is that so? I don't really care if Shiki likes someone else. If Shiki likes me, then the rest is my problem. I don't mind if he likes someone else too. What? Ciel shakes her head in response to Arkwid's words. Well, I won't speak for you. To say that I don't mind him just liking me comes with the condition that he'll be mine in the end. In that regard, Shiki likes me, so maybe I'm the same as you, Ciel. I guess just loving him won't be enough soon. Gah! I cough out loud hearing that. Arkoid, saying that with a smile. You can't do that. In the first place, Tono-kun and I, we, made love already, so there's no room for you. Made love? You mean connecting between your bodies? Oh, I see. Shiki likes those kinds of things. With a smile full of meaning, Arkoid looks over at me. I feel a chill running through me. The instant I have a bad feeling about this, Arkoid grabs my arm and, without saying anything further, presses her lips to mine. I try and resist. Ciel watches in all in shock. Thump. My pulse. This is completely different from that time she tried to get me to drink her blood. This really is a kiss to express love. Before I realize that, I answer her insisting tongue with my own. Thump, thump. Our matching breathing impulses make me not care about anything else. I can't believe it. Ciel is in front of me, but what I'm doing... Arkoid steps back. Ugh. I suck in my stop breath, and I was excited by such an awful thing. See? It's easy. Ciel, you're pretty stupid to feel like you're insured by doing something anyone could do. What are you thinking trying to go against me with just one act of love? Arkoid, I don't think you were there for it, but I was there, and it was like 20 minutes. But what you're thinking and what actually she means are two completely different things. With a big grin, Arkoid laughs as Ciel-senpai starts to shake. Even I can understand. Ciel-senpai is about to explode no matter who's nearby. Hey Shiki, the standing there's a little dangerous. Arkoid grabs my arm. Like that, she dashes down the hill, pulling me with her. What? Wait, you airheaded vampire! With a frightening sound that makes me scared to turn back, Ciel-senpai runs after us. Ciel's seriously angry, Shiki. Still holding my arm, Arkoid runs cheerfully. Well, I don't know what will happen if Ciel catches up to me right now, so I should probably just keep running until she calms down. With Arkoid grabbing my arm and having Ciel-senpai chasing us furiously, I can't help but let out a sigh. Probably, my life from now on would be like this forever. But, well, I guess I was prepared for this. Ever since Ciel-senpai became precious to me, but I was still attracted to Arkoid, I think I vaguely knew things might end this way. Tono-kun, why are you running away with Arkoid? Circling her arms furiously, she chased after us. It's only a matter of time before she catches up. Well then, before that, I have to find a versatile and effective way to calm Ciel down. Because from now on, I'll be in this situation over and 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 over.
And that is how the good ending ends, with Shiki now living in a harem comedy straight out of your favorite anime. It's definitely a happier ending that allows you to keep all the characters together in some way. I do prefer the true ending more, though, as its emotion and intensity feels truly climactic. With both endings now completed, we have finished Ciel's route in its entirety. So, where to now? Well, once you finish your first route in Tsukihime, which is either Ciel's or Arkoid's, you can restart the game and you can either do the other one's route, or a new route that is now unlocked, Hisui's. Where Ciel's and Arkoid's routes are in the story called The Near Side of the Moon, Hisui's route is our introduction to the other side, the far side of the moon. So, I will see you on the far side.
Oh, I'm lost. There's no light on this part of the moon.